Welcome to the Beyond the Stride podcast, brought to you by the Stride Report. I'm your host, Will Loja, and today's guest is one of the brightest stars in collegiate distance running right now. She was the runner-up finisher in the NCAA Outdoor 5K Championship, representing Boston University, and she's now currently competing for the University of North Carolina. She's so good that she's also represented her home country of Sweden on the international stage, most recently lining up in Tokyo at the 2025 World Championships, where she ran 4:06 in the 1500 meter. I am, of course, talking about the one and only Vera Sjoberg. Thanks so much for coming on, Vera.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy
It's
to be here.
going to be awesome. Everybody is in for a treat because not only are you just an amazing athlete, but you're also a great person. I'm excited for everybody to get the chance to hear that today.
Mhm.
So you've been really busy like pretty much the whole year of 2025, but you just got back from Worlds, so in Tokyo. So how was that? How are you feeling after all that?
It was great. It was such a cool experience, both like Tokyo as a city so far away, and then, yeah, just racing at that level was crazy.
Yeah, this year for you seems like it was a year where you just kept stepping it up to a new level, to another level, to another level. And that's kind of how it goes in this sport. Like the way you get rewarded with success is that you get to run more higher level races. So, what was kind of the experience rising to the top of the NCAA this year like and being able to enter this new level?
Um, yeah, I think it was very gradual, like starting with cross country. I improved a lot. Um, but yeah, since it was like pretty gradual over the year, it kind of I don't know, it felt natural, even though like if I look back now, I'm like, wow, like I did all of that in 1 year. But yeah, it's been so fun and it makes me like super motivated to keep going.
Yeah, for those who don't know, I had the privilege of being your teammate at Boston University for a few years. So I was lucky enough to see your consistency and how you were improving. You know, you dominated the Patriot League for a while, but this kind of like last year's really year where you represented BU at the national championship in all three seasons. But at BU and now being at UNC, you've had a lot of coaching changes. So I feel like it's really interesting how you've had this progression that's been so consistent with all these changes in coaching. So, and not yeah, all the coaches you've had have been great coaches, but still there's change. So navigating that change and training and philosophies and styles, like how do you think you've been able to do that?
Um, so I think the training has been pretty similar, like between the different coaches. I feel like it's more about building trust between like the coach and the athlete. Um, which can, I don't know, for me it can be a little hard at the beginning. Like I'm not someone who like just like trusts someone instantly, but with all of the coaches I feel like we've been building trust. Um and yeah, I don't know, it's been working. And also I guess trying to have an open mind and like accept that some things will change, and some things will stay the same, but like you want to make those small adjustments to like get to the next level.
Absolutely, and I feel like that kind of speaks to, you don't wanna just go in blindly following, you trust your coach, but you kinda have to earn each other's trust, and I think that's a really good piece of advice there. So, at UNC now, cross
Mhm.
country season, NCAA is in full swing, but you're coming back from the outdoor, world championships, which was not even a couple weeks ago. So your transition into fall cross country is going to look a little different, not a super common situation. So can you kind of take us through what's that looking like for you right now?
Yeah, we doesn't definitely have to like had to think about it a lot. So I've taken a little bit of downtime and I'm gonna start training again next week, more like normal training. But I think like I never felt burnt out during the season, and I've maintained a very like strong base with like a lot of strength training. So I think even though I've had some downtime, I'm not like out of shape or like exhausted. Like I feel very strong still, and I think that's gonna like yeah, that's gonna help me in cross too when we start training again. So yeah, I think
Well,
I think that's it.
that's great to hear, and it's honestly, it's super impressive because your season was just extended so long for I feel like since indoor track, really since, like January, February, like you were going, and then it kind of just everything kind of led into the next thing. So you had one of the longest track seasons that anybody could have, and to hear that you kind of felt fresh and not burned out the whole time, that's great to hear. Do you think it's more like of a physical thing or a mental thing? Like, just a lot of the people that we've talked to, I've talked to a lot of people, athletes post-race at these championships, and a lot of times they talk about kind of like finding joy in the sport and really enjoying it. So I'd like to hear your take on that.
um, I think well physically I feel ready to like run cross country, and mentally, mm, I think well even like right after Worlds I was like I just want to like keep training, get ready for cross. Like I didn't want to take time off. I think because it's been such a fun year, and things have been going really well, and I've felt very like supported by everyone around me, and also just being excited about joining like UNC and racing cross with them is also very exciting. So yeah, I just if I if I could choose, I like wouldn't take time off, but I know I need it. Like my body needs it, but I think it's a good sign that like mentally I don't feel tired.
Yeah, that's an incredible sign. That's awesome. I mean, I guess when you're having such success and you're enjoying it, why stop, right? If it ain't
Yeah,
broke, so fix it.
and also seeing like everyone else race cross is like very like oh I want to be out there
Get
too.
out there, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's not a super long season, so yeah.
yeah,
Only have so many races. I could definitely see that. Well, it's definitely good that you're itching to get out there rather than the other way around.
yeah.
So, okay, something everyone is still talking about. We have to address it. Your runner-up finish in the 5K at the 2025 NCAA Outdoor Championships. Could you take us through that day? I mean, you had the 1500 meter like right before it, and then in all honesty, you shocked the world. So I'd love to.
Yeah, so the main goal was like the 1500, and I was very like focused on doing well in the 1500. Um, and I really feel like I put myself in a good position, but then I didn't have the legs that day. So I was very upset after the 1500 final, and not very like nice to I don't know, people who try to talk to me. Not nice, but I just like didn't want to talk to anyone. Um, but then, and my parents said after, like, yeah, we didn't think you were gonna race because you were so upset. But then, yeah, I feel like I used that like frustration from the 1500 to really like fuel my 5K race. And yeah, I was supposed to just go out like easy towards the back because you never know how you're gonna feel coming off another race. So that's kind of what I did, and it was a very packed race and like more tactical. Um, but yeah, I think I just wanted to like prove what I'm capable of after the 1500, and then yeah, I just felt very good and tried to like not fall because it was so packed. And then with a lap to go, I was like up there, and I was no one was more shocked than I was like when I finished second. It was crazy.
It was crazy, and it was awesome. I was, just honored to be there going crazy in the stands. Black Time USA, I'm wearing my shirt now,
Oh
but,
yeah.
um, it was incredible, and I think I mean, just hearing you give your perspective, it just shows, what a competitor you are to, have a race not go well and just kind of be like, "I'm locking in on this next one," and then going out there and executing. You ran, I think it was 15:34, which it's not a PR, but it's not slow either. It was like one of those races that's like it's tactical, but everybody's so good that it still ends up being pretty fast.
Yeah.
But I think your ability to kick, as a 1,500-meter runner really came into play in that last lap, because we all know in the championship race that can be what it comes down to. Do you
Mhm.
feel like you were, kind of, like, waiting for that during the race? Like, you had something left and you were thinking, "I'm excited to be able to use this?"
Yeah. I think it gave me some confidence knowing that like I don't know, I run the 1500, like I have the speed and um but like I don't know, you never know what's gonna happen. Like you don't know how fresh the other people are. So I wasn't like, oh, like I'm so sure I can like kick people like
Yeah.
I don't know, have a good kick at the end. Um but yeah, I definitely felt good, but I try to keep like calm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you definitely weren't fresh having just run the
Yeah.
15 final, so it was really awesome. So that was a super cool race, but you've had a lot of really cool races since then and been all around the world. So I'm interested to hear out of all the cool experiences, whether it be the location you were in or the meet itself, what has been kind of your favorite or most memorable, or one you just want to shout out?
Um Definitely the 5K at nationals, because it was so unexpected and like I was so happy to like achieve something like that. And then the stadium in Tokyo was insane because like so many people there, the atmosphere was so cool. Even during the race, because I'm usually very locked in, not thinking about anything around me. But like even during the race, I was like, wow, like this is crazy, like the crowd. um, yeah, and then also racing at home in Sweden was very special to me. Like at Swedish nationals, just having like my family there and people from home. I think I feel like I got to show for like I don't know people I know in Sweden, like kind of what I can do or I don't know what I'm doing like over in the US. So that was also very special.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're all really proud of you, and have been following along. So being able to return there and perform in front of them at such a high level has to be really cool. I know Boston University and your family here too is always very proud of seeing how far you're going. So that's amazing. So looking forward now, am I correct that you're going to be running all 3 seasons at UNC? That's the plan. Okay,
Yes, that's correct.
awesome. So you still have a good amount of time in the NCAA. What are the goals looking like individually, as a team?
Oh, I feel like since I just came off Worlds, like I haven't really been able to like I don't know sit down and like really think through my goals. Um, yeah, but I definitely have big goals for the NCAA season. Um, yeah, I want to place high at cross country nationals. Um, Even though I don't have like a specific place, but yeah,
How
right
does
now
this?
I feel like I can't give you any
Well,
exact goals.
when you look at any of the seasons, but you look at an NCAA individual title, you were less than
Mhm.
1 second off of that. Um, in
Yeah,
that 5K outdoors. So is that something that you see as within your reach?
yeah, that's the goal. I think it has to be the goal. You know, when you place second, then yeah, you definitely I definitely want a national title, and I'm gonna like train for that all year. Um, and yeah, just do all the training, make the right decisions, and see where that can take me.
Absolutely. Well, you're certainly a contender, so everybody watch out. I know
Yeah.
you're humble, but I like to see that confidence too, because you're definitely getting to that point. So, as you're getting acclimated now at UNC, um, what have you kind of learned about the team, like where the team's head is at? Obviously, UNC is a really strong program historically, but they're getting even stronger. It just feels like a really good energy there, and I'd like to hear what you have to say being there.
Yeah, the energy is definitely really good, and everyone's working hard and really working together as a team, which is cool to see. And yeah, we're very like purposeful or intentional with like everything we do here. I would say like both the training and like working on team culture and everything around with like recovery. Um, yeah, and we have big goals for the cross country season. Yeah. Um,
And in the classroom too, like you're doing, grad school. How's that going? Like, have you been able to transition there? Like, be like, "Hey, professor, I'm in Tokyo at the World Championships." Like, what did that
yeah,
look like?
I was a little nervous about that, but I would say, yeah, all professors have been very accommodating, and I I did my like assignments in Tokyo, so yeah,
Wow.
and
I mean,
I wasn't gonna like not go to Tokyo because my professors told me I like couldn't, so
yeah, I
yeah,
think
they've
that
been very accommodating.
that's great to hear. That's so
Mhm.
funny. But, honestly, it's pretty amazing that you were doing your schoolwork, that you had just, started this program and you're in Tokyo doing it, so but I'm not surprised. You were al always a great student, so that's great to hear. Alright, so as we wrap up, one thing that I think really stands out to me about Vera that I think everybody should maybe get a little insight into is if we were to look at the Vera progression chart, like from the outside, it looks very much like you just linear progression, always getting better. And I feel like recently that is what it's been like. But, like for a few years, even at BU, like maybe you weren't a big name on the national stage and, you were somebody who got to that point. So for everybody who's out there who, whatever school they're at, if it's a big school, if it's a small school, mid-major, and they're eyeing a similar trajectory to what you've been able to accomplish. What's some of like the realities of your journey, and like any advice you could give for that?
Um, I had some really tough years where I thought about quitting, and like I was very far from like being a competitive runner, and I think just like yeah, just sticking with it, and then um, like trusting that if you train consistently over time, it's gonna pay off, and that's how you become a good runner, and like not trying to take any shortcuts or like I don't know, do like crazy training just to get like better in like a short period of time. Like really trusting all the work you put in, but like sustainable work. And yeah, I think just being very intentional with everything you do and thinking about like, okay, why am I doing this? Not just doing it. Um, seeing how everything has a purpose. Um, and also like having a good team around you. Um, that a team that like has the same goals as you and like that you enjoy being around. I think is very helpful.
Absolutely. Well, that is fantastic advice. So for anybody who has made it this far, you are definitely getting some super valuable insight and advice. So Vera, thanks so much for taking the time to join, and sharing a bit about your story. I know a lot of our listeners are going to be very inspired, not only by your racing, but also your perspective on the sport and just what a great person you are. So, for
Thank
everyone still listening, thanks for sticking around. Watch out for Vera this year at
you.
UNC. She's been a standout at BU, and I know you're going to be a standout now in North Carolina. Definitely somebody to watch. Um, This has been this Beyond the Stride podcast brought to you by the Stride Report. I'm Will Loja. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Vera.
Thank you.